The time is 1:15. Here is the news edited by Catherine Pereira, read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. It has been stated that President Ranil Wickremesinghe should be appointed for the next 5 years to the leadership of the country in order to create a stability of the economy. Plans underway to aid war heroes' families in multiple sectors. Election Commission Council says that they are observing thoroughly on the recent incidents created at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Cabinet approval has also been received to the national program to establish agri-youth entrepreneurs on village level. Foreign news, Panama Papers, money laundering trial begins. Local news in detail. State Minister Srihan Semasinghe says that President Ranil Wickremesinghe should be appointed for the next 5 years to the leadership of the country in order to create a stability of the economy. All other parties should provide their support in this regard. He also stated that the need of creating a stabilized economy in the country than the speaking on election. Currently, the country is facing an economic crisis than the political crisis. It is the duty of all to rebuild the country economically. Plans are underway to launch a program aimed at providing preferential assistance to the families of war heroes across various sectors such as health, public administration, banking and other services in collaboration with the Ministry of Defence, Triforces and the Ranaviru Seva Authority. State Minister of Defence Pramitha Bandarathinnakon said. The minister also announced the government's intention to prioritize war heroes and their families in the Urumaya Land Deed Presentation Program, aiming to provide them with land ownership opportunities. Election Commission Council says that they are observing thoroughly on the recent incidents created at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. The Council is studied the decisions taken by the political board of the party. Several representations of the party have been submitted some documents to the Commission yesterday. The Commission is expected to take further measures after reviewing the old documents by 18th of this month. Meanwhile, former President Maithripala Sirisena has left the country for Thailand. Early this morning, a delegation of 9 individuals have reportedly undertaken the visit along with Sirisena. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
At People's Bank, we empower your pride. People's Bank, pride of the nation.
Continuing with more local news, Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that the Cabinet approval has been received to apply to the Srimat John Kothalawala Defence University for the external candidates on the basis of payment. Earlier, only the children of defence sector have been recruited to the medical faculty of the university on the basis of payment. This approval has been given on the proposal made by the President. Cabinet approval has been received to the national program to establish agri-youth entrepreneurs on village level. Measures will be taken to implement this program, targeting export based on the every divisional secretariat division. Special security arrangements will be put in place at mosques across the country in view of Ramadan festival on Thursday, the 11th, the Ministry of Public Security announced. Accordingly, 5,580 police personnel, 510 police special task force personnel and 1,260 Triforces personnel will be deployed for security. This special security plan has been prepared following discussions with the Maulavis of all the mosques belonging to each police division across the island, according to the ministry. That ends local news.
Right decisions with noble intentions bring pride to you and the nation. At People's Bank, we empower your pride. People's Bank, pride of the nation.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Director General of Presidential Community Affairs Rajit Kirti Tennakon says that the government has spent 200 billion rupees to provide concessions to the people who were affected by the economic crisis last year. The beneficiary families have been exceeded 1.8 million by the end of March this year. That ends main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
CIB Navy offer valuable gifts and gift vouchers, 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Wildlife and Forest Resources Conservation Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi has directed the authorities concerned to promptly address this spread of the invasive plant species Coinigia mollis in the tropical rainforest surrounding the Sripada, Adams Peak mountain range. She instructed officials to implement measures focused on biodiversity conservation and to employ scientific and technical methods for the removal of the invasive plant. The invasive plant has been found to have spread along the roads leading to Sripada near the stalls, shops and toilets.
CIB Navy offer valuable gifts and gift vouchers, 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines first. Panama Papers money laundering trial begins. Leaders urge Israel not to target Rafah in South Gaza. Hong Kong makes largest ever gold smuggling bust. World News in detail. The trial of 27 people charged in connection with the Panama Papers money laundering scandal has started in a Panamanian criminal court. The leak of secret financial documents in 2016 revealed how some of the world's wealthiest people stashed their assets in offshore companies. The defendants include Jurgen Mossack and Roman Fonseca Mora, who founded the now defunct law firm Mossack Fonseca. They face money laundering charges but say neither they, the firm, nor its employees were involved in unlawful acts. In 2017, the firm said it was the victim of a computer hack and that the information leaked was being misrepresented. The leaders of Egypt, France and Jordan have warned Israel an offensive against Gaza's southern city of Rafah would have dangerous consequences. They jointly said it would only bring more death and suffering and threaten regional escalation. The U.S. also said it opposed any assault on Rafah, where more than 1.5 million Palestinians are sheltering. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said a date for the offensive had now been set, but provided no details. Hong Kong authorities have made the city's largest ever gold smuggling bust, seizing 146 kilograms of precious metal disguised as machine parts. The haul is estimated to be worth more than $10 million and was intercepted last month en route to Japan. A 31-year-old man has been arrested and released on bail pending further investigations. Smuggling is a serious offence and carries up to 7 years in jail under Hong Kong law. Customs officials say they made the discovery while examining 2 air compressors departing in a cargo shipment to Japan on 27th March, which drew suspicions due to their unusual texture and weight. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Panama Papers money laundering trial begins. Leaders urge Israel not to target Rafah in southern Gaza. Hong Kong makes largest ever gold smuggling bust. That ends World News. Moving on to development news. The Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Unilever Private Limited, a leading private company in Sri Lanka, to implement a joint program to protect Sri Lankan's sustainable tea name in the international market. That came to you on development news.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lanka women's team captain Chamari Athapattu has cleared the air about her future in international cricket. Chamari Athapattu has her focuses entirely on the upcoming ICC Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers, after which she will decide her future in international cricket. Athapattu stirred up speculations within the cricketing community by dropping hints about retirement in a now-deleted Facebook post, where she mentioned last duty for my country following Sri Lanka's remarkable T20 International Series victory over South Africa. That ends sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life ekේ change ekata niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyamata set wenna friendship ekata menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Surado Campus of Business Management, the leading privately led education institution that offers professional qualification for semi-skilled and skilled Sri Lankan in caregiving, pharmacology and other related fields in the healthcare industry, recently celebrated the culmination of the 2023 academic year with a grand graduation ceremony on 5th of this month. That ends Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life ekේ change ekata niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyamata set wenna friendship ekata menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Moving on to economic news. Canadian High Commissioner Eric Wales met with the Board of Investment Chairman Dinesh Birakuri and BOI and Port City officials last week to discuss the current investment climate and opportunities. The High Commissioner discussed the potential areas to attract new investment from Canada into the country. That ends economic news.
Weather report.
Showers or thundershours may occur at a few places in western, Samragama, southern and northwestern provinces after 2 p.m. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in western, central and Samragama provinces and in Gaul and Mathura districts during the morning. On the apparent northward relative motion of the sun, it is going to be directly over the latitudes of Sri Lanka during 5th to 15th of April in this year. The nearest areas of Sri Lanka over which the sun is overhead tomorrow the 10th are Tabutegama, Madirikiriya, Ihala, Pulyankulama, Rajanganaya, Eppavala, Wakarai at about 12 past 11 noon. That ends with the report. To wrap up the afternoon news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines once again. It has been stated that President Ranil Wickremesinghe should be appointed for the next 5 years to the leadership of the country in order to create a stability of the economy. Plans underway to aid wars, families in multiple sectors. Election Commission Council says that they are observing thoroughly on the recent incidents created at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Cabinet approval has also been received to the national program to establish agri-youth entrepreneurs on village level. Foreign news, Panama Papers money laundering trial begins. With that, we wrap up the afternoon news on Radio Sri Lanka. The time is 30 minutes down 1 o'clock.